Okay. Take me seriously. Now, how many of us have diabetes, gastrointestinal disease, cardiovascular disease, cancer, or obesity running in our bloods? Well, according to the CDC.gov, dated July 21st, 2011, studies show that during the past 20 years, there has been a dramatic rise in obesity. They also state that in 2010, there's no state that had a prevalence less than 20% of obese people. In over 50 states, we have 36 states with 25% or more obese people. And of that, we have 12 states with 30% or more. These are obese people. These aren't even just overweight people. They're obese. Now, are you scared that one day this is going to be you? Are you scared that one day you're going to wake up and not be able to eat those sweets you so often crave? Well, today, I will be speaking to you about the simplest nutrient that may possibly save your life: fiber. Now, Nutrition Review dated April 9, 2009 states that individuals with a high intake of fiber actually reduce their risk for developing coronary heart disease, stroke, hypertension, diabetes, obesity, and certain gastrointestinal diseases. Well, I'll be speaking to you about fiber. Today, I will go ahead and speak to you about the diseases that may be linked to a deficiency in fiber. Second, I will inform you about the causes of why fiber isn't being ingested as suggested. And finally, I will give you some solutions and tips on how to add fiber into your diet. Now, according to the Nutrition and Weight Control for Longevity 2006, only half the American population consumes the adequate 20 to 35 grams of fiber a day. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these diseases. Obesity has had a rise in the past few years. Now, as I stated earlier, no state had a prevalence of less than 20% of obese people. So obesity is limiting, and it accounts for more than just a negative perception of yourself. Obesity is linked to diseases such as high blood pressure, hypertension, high cholesterol, and increased insulin resistance, which may furthermore develop into diabetes. Now, we individuals generally rely on foods that taste good, right? But do we really factor in whether it's good for our body or not? Now, most foods, as your standard potato chip, may sustain you for 30 minutes or so. But foods such as fiber bars and broccoli may keep you full even longer and satisfy your hunger. It has been shown that people who consume fiber have a significantly lower chance of coronary heart disease, diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, stroke, peripheral vascular disease. Reported by Fiber and Digestive Health for All Ages 2011, a high fiber intake reduces your chances of gaining weight or developing obesity by a whopping 30%. Does that not convince you? Well, you know what? Fine, it doesn't get you. But get this. Studies show that diabetes may supersede tobacco in being the leading cause of death in the United States. Crazy, right? Well, there's been a sad rise in diabetes these past couple of years. Diabetes.org's Diabetes Statistics 2011 shows that there were 1.9 new million cases recorded in people aged 20 years and older. Yeah. So why is this so important? Diabetes is actually the third leading cause of death in developed countries. Even I lost my own grandmother this past July. Because of her poor choices in foods, it led to each and every single one of her organs shutting down. Now, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's affected by this. It's either running in my blood or someone I know has it. But, the best time to address type 2 diabetes is before it even develops. Now, research has shown that a high fiber diet can actually prevent this form of diabetes. Harvard's article, Fiber, Start Roughing It, states that they did a meta-analysis including over 700,000 men and women, And it showed that just eating an extra 2 servings of whole grain decreased your chances of type 2 diabetes by 21%. Now, studies shows that almost half of our nation either has diabetes, are in diabetic predicaments, or are at substantial risk for diabetes. Come on. I mean, Nutrition Review 2009 states that the incidences of diabetes in the United States appears to be increasing because of the following major factor, and of course, other contributors. But the dietary changes, including more fat and less fiber in the diet. I mean, so why aren't we consuming the adequate amount of fiber a day? I mean, it's only 20 to 35 grams. It's not that big of a deal. You know, it's written on almost everything we see in the market now. So why not? Well, here are some possible causes. How about I first enlighten you about what fiber is, and then we can go ahead and explore the other possibilities. We don't know what fiber is. I mean, for all we know, it's just a marketing scam trying to steal our money. Well, what fiber is basically a complex carbohydrate derived from plant material that serves to be indigestible. That's all. Okay, there are 2 types of fiber to familiarize yourself with: soluble and insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber actually is able to be dissolved in water. It attracts the water and it forms a gel-like substance that when you ingest it, it goes and it delays the amount, or like delays the rate of digestion, slowing down the emptying of your stomach, which actually makes you feel fuller even longer. Now, not only that, but soluble fiber actually lowers the amount of LDLs in your body. If you guys don't know what LDLs are, they're low density lipoproteins, also known as the bad cholesterol. This does this by interfering with the absorption of high cholesterol. So next we have insoluble fiber, which is not dissolved in water. And this actually acts as a natural laxative. It's known as the gut cleaner. It's indigestible, so it goes through your digestive tract intact and speeds up the passage of food and waste through your gut. So it slows down, first soluble fiber will slow down the emptying of your stomach, and then insoluble fiber will go ahead and speed it out, so it shoots right out of your gut. So now you know what fiber is. But healthy food tastes funny. Okay, it's our mere lack of knowledge and apathy towards our health to further make us believe that healthy food tastes like grass or cardboard. Well, we refuse to educate ourselves on ways to prepare food, and some of them don't even take that much effort at all, such as oatmeal. Some may argue that oatmeal is tasteless and gushy, but to my understanding, even Quaker Oats has released packets of oatmeal pertaining to our liking with like the flavors that we like. All you have to do is add water and microwave it, and you have oatmeal. Now, fiber bars usually have chocolate incorporated into them, and who doesn't like chocolate? So not everything healthy is tasteless. But healthy food may be expensive, right? I used to tell myself the same thing too. Until I took a nutrition class at Mount SAC. Now, my nutrition teacher always advocated a healthy diet. She stressed that investing in your health now is a lot better. I mean, eating healthy is probably pretty costly, right? But investing in your health now is a lot better than spending it all on medical bills later. I mean, is Subway really that much more expensive? Is Subway really that much more expensive than Jack in the Box? Now, CDC.gov states that the medical cost for a youth with diabetes is $9,000 a year. And if that doesn't shock you, then the US spends $90 billion on diabetic treatments annually. So I hope you're thinking that you probably should have eaten that apple instead of the Pop-Tart, right? So here are some possible solutions into adding fiber into your diet. Just read what you're consuming. I mean, rather than basing off your sugar craving palate, fiber can be found in the places that you least expect the most. I mean, guacamole. Eating one whole avocado is actually 11 grams of fiber. That's half your fiber intake already. Now, you can consume things that are nutrient dense. You know what's good or bad for you. And all I'm asking is that you eat your 5 servings of fruit and vegetable a day. Getting started with that already promotes a healthy diet. Next, you can make half of your grains whole. You know, instead of picking up that white bread, drop it and pick up the whole wheat. Whole wheat typically has double the amount of fiber. Many fast food places have the healthy alternatives, such as flame broiler and even more recently Chipotle, that serve brown rice. Next, you can eat the fruit and skip the juice. Instead of going to Jamba Juice and getting some blended frozen fruit that has no nutritional value at all, just eat an apple. Many of us like to eat orange or drink orange juice, apple juice, cranberry juice. But what we're actually consuming is highly concentrated, overly sweetened water. And if there is any nutritional value in them, they're typically fortified, meaning they're added in. Eating one apple has 5 grams of fiber already. So where can you find fiber? Fiber is found in any carbohydrate that isn't refined, enriched, or processed. An apple is cheaper than a bag of hot Cheetos. Instead of buying that Big Mac meal, you could buy a box of fiber bars. And though I hate to advocate this, instead of ordering that sausage McMuffin tomorrow morning, order the oatmeal. Now, if your main goal is to sat your hunger, keep in mind that soluble fiber keeps you full even longer. So today, I have spoken to you about the problems linked with a deficiency in fiber, the causes of why our nation isn't consuming the adequate amount of fiber a day, and the possible solutions you can take to adding fiber into your diet. Now, as research continues, Nutrition Review's article, Nutrition, Health and Benefits of Dietary Fiber 2009, states that a high fiber diet may possibly prevent the likelihood of cancer, ulcers, gastrointestinal disease, coronary heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and the list goes on. So you can keep arguing that you don't have the time or the money, and it costs or the money to be healthy. But being conscientious about your health now can possibly save you from paying those costly hospital bills later, and even more valuable, more time with your loved ones. Thank you.